Here we are with another episode. I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited. You gotta, I'm letting the adrenaline kick in because not only do I have a music mogul. Do I want to say mogul? Because tax brackets are a little different now. So when you say
definitely not a mogul.
Not a mogul. Okay.
Definitely not a mogul.
I gotta. Can I use icon? Do you want to say icon?
You
Legend, but just not just.
Okay.
It's just. He's been in the game for years. He entered in with the Foxy Brown. He's been mentored by the late great Chris Lighty. Managed Violator with all artists from LL to Busta Rhymes. I mean, y'all know him. And he's now here to tell his story on my show, and I'm so privileged. It's an honor to have him here. He's more than just a guest. He's my friend. He's a family member.
Facts.
And I would like for y'all to know this is the only New York Nick that I identify with. Ladies and gentlemen, Eric Nicks.
What up, bro?
Thank you, man. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
you already know. And it's real talk. Like we not friends, we family.
Yes. Yes.
We grew up.
Yes.
Clifton Place, Grand Ave.
Yes.
We grew up together way before music, way before any of that.
Well,
So,
I'm glad you bringing that up because now we're going to get into it. So now, what the internet says, you have a birthday coming up. You know what I'm saying?
August 26th.
Yes, indeed. And, you look good for 48.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You look good for 48. You know what I'm just saying? And we're going to leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? But I know
internet's a little wrong. I'm actually turning 50.
Right. I know. I didn't want to put it out there. I want you to put it out there. I didn't want to put it out there like that here. I just know that,
The internet is wrong. I'm turning 50 this year.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm saying that to say, we're going to start off from the beginning. Okay. So where are you from?
I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from Grand Ave.
Grand Ave. All right.
Feel me?
I feel you.
It's
a whole difference.
I'm from Grand Ave.
Did you have your father in your life?
Of course. Still in my life.
Yes.
He's my pops is my best friend. My pops raised me, shaped me, gave me my moral fortitude. My pops is everything to me. That's my dude. I spend as much time with him as possible, of course. Yeah.
Now, I mean, of course, your mom's birthed you there, but was she in your life as much as...
My mother was in my life in the early part of my life, and then obviously my mother passed away in 2001.
Sorry to hear that.
But my father, I got to give my father credit for it because when men do it solely, they don't really get the credit for it. And
Facts.
my pops primarily raised me and my sister.
That's what's up. So you were one of two or one of...
So I'm one of four. So me and my sister and I should say, was by the same mother and father,
okay,
Donna. And then my father had a son,
mm-hmm.
Liam, and then my mother had a son, Adam.
Okay.
And so I'm one of four.
Are you close with the others?
I'm close with, so it's so funny, right? It was, so me and my sister is that's like my twin, right?
Mm-hmm.
But and my brother Adam, we're not as close as I should have been.
Mm-hmm.
That was my fault though. And so when my mother passed away, my career was just getting started, mm-hmm. and I was young. I was just starting to make money. I was on airplanes all the time. I was traveling. I was trying to make a name for myself. I just had this whole newfound interest in my career. I stopped doing hobbies. I stopped doing everything. I just kind of closed out a lot of things. And when I looked up, I realized that, I had this young kid who has my blood running through his veins that I didn't even reach back and be like, yo, you all right?
Mm-hmm.
And so earlier this year, it's so funny, right? I was reaching out for like years, like even before COVID, just trying to get in touch with him. Mm-hmm. And I didn't get a chance to get in touch with him. And then I got an inbox from one of his friends, mm-hmm. like, yo, you got a brother named Adam, whatever, and he shot me his number. And then I texted him, called him, I didn't get a response. And then I was hanging out with a friend of mine her name is Tanisha. She was like, yo, you need to call him right now. Like, we literally sitting in the car, and she's like, yo, you need to call him right now. And so I picked up the phone and I called him, and we reconnected, and it was crazy because, like, I was happy to see that he was doing well. He's, he bought a house in Long Island City, or I think Rockaway, something like that, in Queens, and he's just chilling. So yeah, now we just really reconnected. My brother Liam, yeah, we're pretty close. Like, my father's side of the family, I'm super close with. My mother's side of the family, unfortunately, not. So yeah.
I mean, and probably due to the fact that your father is such a good father is the reason why he kept you guys.
My father is everything, man. My father sacrificed everything for his kids.
Now, you said we from Grand. Now, and what year, what era would you say that you?
I'm from Grand Avenue now is gentrified. It's, I mean, the brownstones were always the brownstones. It's so crazy, right? Because I grew up in a Cosby like style brownstone, right?
Fact.
But on a corner of my block, they sold drugs. We sold crack, and it was but it was always, we did everything on the block. We played baseball, we played football, we played skelly, we went to 270, shot basketball. We did
Now, was your I mean to cut you off, but was your father a reason why? I mean, you interacted with them, but you never took it to the
my father wasn't my father didn't even like me hanging on the corner.
But to see, I hear now. What did your father do?
So my father was a director of admissions to a trade school, International Career Institute, for years, and he built that whole organization. From Empire Tech to a lot of Albert Merrill School, like all of the trade schools, my father helped build them with his Jewish partners, Andy Edelman and them. And so, my father did really well. And my father sent me and my sister to private school from first grade to 12th grade. We were in Catholic school.
So you went to Bishop Locklear.
I went to Queen of All Saints.
Queen of All Saints.
And then I graduated from Queen of All Saints, and now I went to Bishop Locklear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, but now your dad, I heard that he has some kind of style with him here. I heard that he pulled up on the block with the Porsche.
Yeah, so it's crazy. My father in the, I don't want to say that, early 90s, he drove the 911 Porsche. First he had the 944, then the 911. Yeah, my father, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I don't really like to do podcasts and flex, but I lived a privileged life. Like, I can't ever say, oh, I came from a have-not position.
Right.
I can't say I didn't know where my next meal was coming from, or I couldn't go get some money to get a fresh pair of sneakers or whatever. I was always blessed in that my father always provided for me, so I have to give, I always got to give him credit for that.
And the reason why I say that is because there's always been some kind of some kind of like what was the word I'm looking for? Like they're like
glorification,
eager, like they're eager. It was always eager for kids that was on the block to want to go to the PJs. And it was always eager for the kids that was in the PJs that want to come on the block. You know what I'm saying?
It's always people always thought that
I didn't understand that. Like,
it's a mentality of the grass is always greener on the other side. Like, I hung out in the projects a little bit. I was never ever, as much as I grew up in the streets, I was never really, let me put the gun on my waist, let me go beef, I was never that kid.
Now, you could have easily been that.
Yeah, totally.
So, is it to the point where you didn't want to disrespect your dad?
Yeah, I didn't have to.
Want to look him in the eye and say, this is what I'm doing?
And for me, it would have been stupid. Because, when you live that lifestyle, it's supposed to be out of survival. It's supposed to be, I'm forced to live this life. So for me, who wasn't forced to live that life, if I ended up doing prison time, or if I ended up killing somebody, if I ended up doing any of that dumbass shit, it would have been.
But it was more along the lines of, and it's not to justify the drug dealers, you know what I'm saying? Because it was more along the lines of just like seeing people like your pops pull up with the 911 and the 417. They like, you know,
right, but he was doing it. But he was doing it legitimately.
Yeah.
And
but
so,
it's like, but when you see it as a 16, 17-year-old kid, and you like, you know, people were playing, that's my car. But
right.
kids on Grand were actually going to get those type of cars.
But then you also, as much as you had the middle class people who had a place to lay their head and had money, but then you had, you know, God bless the dead, you had people like Rab who didn't have it and was forced to do it. And, you know, my love for him is unconditional because, you know, he looked at me and was like, you not doing this. You nah, because you don't have to. And I learned that from him. Because I would have easily fell in, like, you know, I would have easily fell in, because because it was my environment. My friends were drug dealers. My friends hustled. My friends killed people. You feel me? My friends, you know, Eric E. Hardhead did in and out of jail his whole life.
I already know the stories.
And that's like one of my closest friends growing up. Him and Brad. So it was easy for me to fall in. Rab was the one who was like, yo, nah, not you. I don't care about none of these other dudes, not you. Because you know why? You got a chance to do something different. And he wouldn't let me.
That's what's up.
And
I sound more like how Kendrick, you know what I'm saying? Like, because Kendrick, he doesn't like attach himself to like a Blood or a Crip, even though he's around them. But I heard that's how he was like, like, you're not going to be in this game.
Listen, why don't you be cool? Sit down. Don't be stupid. No? Let's figure out what you're going to do.
I know what the fuck I'm going to do, man. I ain't no punk. Should you try to kill me, I kill you.
All right, but punk has nothing to do with it. Sit your ass down.
For what? Why I got to sit down?
Sit the fuck down, man. It's not about being a punk, okay? Quick. You're not a gangster. We're not. We're club owners. We run a dance hall. Calhoun, he's a cold-hearted killer. He'll have your ass killed. Now, the man probably doesn't know about LaRue yet. But in the morning, he's gonna want you really dead. So, we gotta find a place where we can lay low till we can run the scam and split.
You telling me I should hide?
No, I'm telling you, you're gonna hide. You don't hide quick, they're gonna kill you. I'm not gonna let that happen to you. I didn't come this far with you so you could prove you ain't no punk and die. What they gonna put on your tombstone? Here lies a man, 27 years old. He died, but he ain't no punk. Hey, man, that's bullshit, okay? You know, when you die, when you're 89, you got your children and your grandchildren around the bed, that's cool. It ain't cool to die at 27. I'm not gonna let you do that to yourself. I'm not gonna let you do it to me. Because they kill you, they're gonna have to kill me. Because I'm going to kill them.
You know what I'm saying? But I think it's the same thing. His father was in his life as well. You know, I heard Top Dog, you know, robbed his pops, but on the same token, I heard that his pops was still in his life enough to him know that, you know, hold up, this is the dude that robbed my pops that I'm about to sign with. So it's just more along the lines of like, it was just, as you're saying it, it kind of, you know, reminds me of Kendrick where, you know.
When I see somebody who is, you know, okay, for example, I'm looking at the rap game right now, and I understand that these kids know one way, right? They know the streets, right? But when I see the young rap kids right now making hundreds of thousands of performance, getting, you know, 40, 50 million, Young Thug right now is facing life with 50 million in the bank. You feel me? So, you know, I'm always thankful for Rab, and I always give him the respect that he deserved, because that could have been me. Like, yo, E, you got a pops who give you anything you want. You live in a brownstone. You got a big ass bedroom with a king size bed.
Speaking of which, and I want to put a what's name on that. Now, I didn't think I was gonna bring it up, but seeing how you brought it up, I always that's how I knew you were gonna be something growing up. When I first came to the crib and seen your room, I said, this don't make no sense, man. You had steps in your room,
Like steps.
You had little steps in your room. and you had one of the
Yeah.
mirrors that you look
Yeah.
up, you wake up and you say, "I'm glad I lived this life." Like
You
that
feel me?
mirror that you look.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know,
Yeah.
and I always wanted to low key take something down in your room,
Yeah,
but I just said
check
I
this-
couldn't get the chance to. you
But
know?
check this out, right? You come outside, no doubt. But you come outside and you go to the corner store, and then all my friends that I love,
Mm-hmm.
all of them, Nuke, Ken, Rab,
Mm-hmm.
Ron, Pat, everybody that I love is on a corner, and these guys didn't. You know, some of them did,
Mm-hmm.
but all of them didn't have the same advantages that I had.
Right.
And so for them to have always protected me for them, I have forever love. So whenever they needed me, I was always there for them.
Right.
Whenever somebody came home from jail and was like, "Yo, E," I was there for them.
Right.
You feel me? Because when the roles were reversed, they was like, "Nah, not you.
Right.
You not
Right.
not getting caught up in this."
And that's what's up. That's
you feel
what's
me?
up. That's
like
what's up.
like when it was the LG Grand Ave beef, the height of it, when they had the big police lights on the block, shining on the
Crazy.
block. That summer was super hot and everybody banging out. It was like, yo, you not in this. You
ain't got nothing to do with
stand
this.
away from this. This ain't got nothing to do with you. And you don't understand that shaped me. You feel me? Like that shaped me. So as much as so when I got into music and I got into this, as much as it was like, yo, bro, you don't have no idea if ever I had a problem, what could happen.
One phone
you
call
won't even-
be
and you
crazy,
won't-
and you won't even see it coming.
You
You know,
won't
it
because you
won't
won't
even-
even expect it
it's
from
right,
me.
exactly.
Because that's not who. But I chose to take it a different way, and I'm thankful I never ever had to like make those phone calls or ever do that. And you know, and to this day, people would never even know.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
Interacting with
no,
me,
they don't. They have no idea.
Like sitting here with you,
Right.
is different because you know a different me.
Yes, I do. I
You
do.
feel me? Like you know me standing on the block and Tim shooting dice.
Yeah, with my cousin Treese. Yeah, you and Treese. Y'all,
You feel me?
I will never
And then,
gamble
and then
with
the
you
next
and Treese
morning,
ever again.
and then 8 a.m. the next morning, shirt and tie going to Queen of All Saints. Is like people like is a whole different. It's two different sides of me that you know, and I can, and it's easy for me to tap into the other side, but I always avoid it. Like I always avoid it because if I ever press that button, it goes a whole nother way.
That's what's up. So
And, yeah.
So now that we get to how good your pops was and how he protected you, are you a father?
Absolutely.
Of course, that's the only
Yeah.
reason why you be on the show. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm just it's a rhetorical question
Yeah.
here. And how many you have father of how many?
So, I have a daughter, a biological daughter. I have a son. He's not my son, but he's not my biological son, but he couldn't be more my son. And then I also had another son that I took in, as you know,
Yes.
who's Nudie.
Yes.
Who became my son because his pops went to prison, and I didn't want to leave him in the street, messed up. So I took him in,
And we
put him through school.
Us as Johnsons, thank you for
You
that.
already-
I thank
you
you for
already
that
know.
on camera. I thank you for it off camera, but I thank you
Yeah.
for that on camera. You know,
Yeah.
I'm quite sure his mother did as well.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing. And did you do that before you even had?
Before
you had your
I had
biological, you did that
so
before
no,
you
I
had
did
your-
that. I did that right after.
Right after.
Right after.
Right, which would have made it makes it even harder because now
Yeah.
it's a whole nother mouth
Yeah.
to feed. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Yeah.
you know, so all right, tell me about
So
children.
Nudie, Nuke, who is a childhood friend. Same thing. He was somebody who was, yo, E, not you, right? And I felt always protected. Me, Nuke, Ken, Dwayne, God bless the dead, all of us, E Hardhead, Brad, we all grew up together. And so when Nuke got in trouble, I'm looking at, and I'm now I already left the hood. I'm in Jers. I'm, you know, and I'm like, but I'm still connected.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, so what's gonna happen to Nuke? What's gonna, you know? And he had Nuke had other kids as well, but the only one that kind of was older and in a gray area was Nudie. So I was like, yo, just come live with me. And he said, it was so crazy too, because he asked me, he's like, yo, I would love to live in, I was like, yo, just come, bro. Like, just come. Like, we'll figure it out. And, you know, he was like a big brother to my son.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, he came in elementary school and put him all the way through high school and graduated and sent him to college.
That's crazy. So how old is the other son?
Greg is now 29.
Greg?
Yeah.
And your daughter?
My daughter's 19.
19. What's her name?
Montana.
Yeah. Now
she plays Division I basketball.
Right.
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 I'm so proud of her, bro.
That's what's up.
I'm proud of all my kids, but
But so now Kobe labeled this here girl dad. So you hashtag your girl dad.
Girl dad. Yeah. You know.
So you in front of the games, you yelling, you like LeBron hollering, screaming.
It's so funny, right? Check this out. Nah, I'm gonna tell you. You mentioned Kobe. You don't even know this. So you mentioned Kobe, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got offered a job to be head of music programming for all of CBS, right?
Mm-hmm.
Great job. They moved me to LA. They wanted me to move to LA, and my daughter was gonna go to. My daughter was the same age as Gigi, and they were gonna go to the same school, right? The funny part is, so when I was working with Foxy Brown,
Mm-hmm.
me and Kobe got mad cool because prior to him meeting Vanessa and getting in a relationship with Vanessa, he tried to holler at Foxy.
Oh,
so
wow.
I'm
getting the exclusive, y'all. I'm getting the exclusive.
So me, Foxy, and Kobe, for like a week straight, was just running around LA together. Kobe, I'm in the gym watching Kobe work out, practice, shoot a million free throws.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we going to eat, chilling, hanging out. And so we got mad cool, me and Kobe. And it's so crazy. The job, I couldn't take the job because my whole family couldn't move to LA.
Mm-hmm.
And a year later, the helicopter shit crashed.
Wow.
I could have easily been on a helicopter.
Wow.
You feel me?
I mean, wow.
I never really told that story, but so when it happened, it hit me hard. Like,
That's
me
crazy.
and my daughter, you know, my daughter and I, it hit us. It is really, really hard because that was a very real possibility, like a super real possibility. Like, yo, you know, when I spoke to him, I told him, I said, yo, I think I'm moving to LA. He's like, oh, you got it. Your daughter is nice. I be seeing, you know, I see the videos. Like, yo, she gotta go to Sierra Canyon and play with Gigi. I was like, absolutely. Like, you know, we're gonna go to, like, was gonna take her to the Mamba Academy, work out, everything. It was crazy. So yeah.
Wow.
You know.
I mean, shout out to, RIP to Kobe Bryant.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's always going to be a loss. Like, you know, we're never going, because, to go with your baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and she was good. She was, it was like a splitting image.
You know, it's so crazy. Like, watching Gigi play and watching Montana play and watching them develop at the same time, you could see what they was going to turn into. Gigi would have been at UConn right now. Like, guaranteed, she'd have been at UConn right now playing
Imagine her playing against Caitlin Clark or something like that. Here too. That'd have been crazy.
Yeah,
so now, speaking of Caitlin Clark and, you know, Aja Wilson, I like Aja Wilson. I don't know what
she's the truth.
I think she's
best
cool.
in the game.
I keep missing this girl's name. The other girl,
Angel Reese.
Angel Reese. Yes. Do you want your daughter to be in this?
I want my daughter to do whatever she wants. I don't think she's gonna play in the WNBA. Unfortunately, for me, I didn't give, like, those girls are big. Those girls are fast.
Yeah.
And those girls is good. Like, you watch the men's game and you see the men's game and you be like, yeah, it's still the girls' game. Mm-hmm. Those girls are good.
Yes.
Like, those girls are really good. Like, if they went to, like, any of those girls, Angel Reese, any of those girls went to any park and played with the dudes,
and
they would kill the dudes.
Right, exactly. Because I know the average guy can't keep up with them.
With Angel Reese. So, and you know, my daughter is, you know, she's 5'6", 5'7". She's not super thick, like, you know, and she don't really have a desire to play at the next level. She just wanted to play high level basketball in college. So I was very happy that she got to play D1 ball. You know,
'cause you never know. It's like, is she
If
right
it
there?
happens-
It's got
if- yeah,
eyes. They got eyes on her. One little breakout game, and see, the
if it
thing about it
happens,
is, you know,
yeah.
it's a spark, and then now you got people talking about you here and contracts here, and see, and the thing about they get paid in school now, right?
Yeah, no, so they have they get the chance to monetize their likeness through so before they weren't able to do that. They weren't able to make money off of their own likeness. Only the school was able to. So now they're able to. Angel Reese graduated from LSU a millionaire. Caitlin Clark, you know, is the only one in the WNBA that flies private on her own. So you feel me?
Right. So
you know,
it's like at the end of the day, she
it's
ain't worried about.
different, yeah.
I heard they're getting like what 70,000, 80,000.
Yes, the average WNBA salary is
It's
like
not. Yeah.
75, 80,000. And you know, my daughter is looking at it like, yeah, nah. Like after I finished high school, you know, she's a sports psychology major. You know, she's gonna intern at Rock Nation, and just,
I was just about to say, with you always being able to pivot through CDs and DVDs, I'm quite sure you'll be able to show how to pivot.
To do what makes her happy, right? Like I don't want her to be like, yo, you got to do this or you got to do that. Let her find her way, because, you know, for me, when I was in school, I thought I was going to be a lawyer. First, it was an accountant. Then I thought I was going to be a lawyer. And then I got the music bug. And, you know, it was a transition. So nowadays, kids are realizing what they want to do a lot earlier. And the element of the internet and being able to create certain things, we'll see what happens. Like, I don't know what's going to happen.
Now, dating. See, now I had this conversation with my friends, because all of my friends are girl dads as well. You know, our daughters don't play ball. One of my homeboys' daughter, she's going to be a paralegal. Another one, I think she's a veterinarian. So it's like, and then we got another homeboy. His son is soccer. Soccer. He plays soccer very good, very good. He's going to be the next, whatever goalie is out there that's nice. He's going to be that next guy. Trust me, I'm telling you. And when it came down to the guys dating your daughter, now, one, I want to go, because it was a level of question that we asked, and one was the appearance, because everybody was talking about this whole pants sagging thing and this and that here. That. Would you? I said I didn't care. They were totally against it. They like, if you come and pick my daughter up, you have to look a certain way. I'm looking like, if I tell you to be at my house at 10, and you're at my house at 10, I don't care what you wear. My daughter's smiling. You leave her. You bring her back the same way she smiles. I don't care what you have on. You can have on a Ronald McDonald clown suit for all I care.
You can't pick your.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, you can't pick your kids' partners, right? We didn't allow our parents to pick our partners. You know, you can't. As much as you want your daughter to date, you know, the perfect guy or Mr. Right or whatever, the guy who treats her right, you gotta let your kids. We as parents want to protect our kids from any hardship, anything like. But it's the hardship that makes them, right. It's the hardship that gives them the definition. The definition. And so I was kind of like fortunate. My daughter, because you mentioned soccer, right? My daughter. And she didn't tell me, she was dating him all through high school. I didn't find out until 11th grade, right? So she was dating this guy named Jaden, who just signed a multi-million-dollar soccer contract. He was a goalie for the UConn Huskies. He got a full scholarship to UConn Huskies. He stayed there for, I think, a year and a half, 2 years, and then he just went pro. And she was dating him, and you know, he was really good kid. Both his parents went to Ivy League schools, and you know, he come from a good home, good background, like, you know. So I'm like, I shaped it, right? But you know,
would you care if he came there sagging his pants? Would you care if he came into your house and he's sagging his pants? Like that?
I want her. You know, my daughter got a lot of things going on for herself, right? And you care that her partner equally has things going on for herself. It's not so much that he listen, look how my sneakers is not tied. You feel me? Like my strings. Like I'm a hip hop kid for the rest of my life.
Right.
So if you swagged out, if you swagged out, it is what it is.
Right.
It's more of how you articulate and how you treat her that I care about more than I care about how you dress. Like, I'm not gonna be like, if you come to the crib and you got a red flag hanging out your pocket and you got we're gonna have a conversation. Because
I know what you might be affiliated with.
No, because even some of my friends to this day, because I stay tapped in with the younger kids.
Right.
Some of my friends to this day, like I'm hanging out. The other day, one of my friends was like, "Yo, my BMW got shot," because he's still in the street, wow. and so that these kids is playing for keeps, and so if he comes to the crib and he's banging, I'm gonna have an issue with that because I don't want her to get caught up in a car or walking in a restaurant or anything and something like that happens. Not to say that it can't happen another way, but you minimize the risk. So I wouldn't want her to be, dating somebody like that, but I'm not opposed to a kid and how he swagged out. Like, I don't care about that.
Okay, so how about, no, because we ain't gonna leave Greg out. You said his name is Greg, right?
Yep.
What if he was dating the Instagram model?
So,
one of the Instagram model or OnlyFans.
So Greg is married.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Greg being married.
And I'm proud to say this. Greg is married with 4 kids.
Nice.
Right?
So you're a grandfather.
I'm a grandfather.
Wow.
He's got 2 sets of twins. I love those kids.
Nice.
Kids is like, I love those kids. And so, again, I'm fortunate. Like, Greg is married to a beautiful young lady, and they raising a family together. And listen, when you're a parent, right? Because this is about being fathers. When you're a parent, like, all you could do, and somebody, another parent once told me, so all you could do is give your kid unconditional love and support, and they'll turn out the way they're supposed to turn out. They'll do the necessary things. They'll have the morals that they'll see what you and the morals that you have, and they're gonna follow that, right? Like, it's a true statement that your daughter is probably gonna date somebody who's like her father, and follow that. Huh?
I mean, I gotta switch it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No, that's true.
No, but
yeah,
I'm,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm a good guy.
If you not, a solid individual, you doing crazy, your daughter's gonna see that. She's gonna pick up on that. Whatever. Like, for me, I open the door for my daughter. I hold doors for my daughter. I take her on dates. I do, I'm always like, yo, if you need anything, like, I send her money just yo, hey, go get your hair done, your nails done, go get your eyebrows done, whatever. Like, you do that for her because you want for her to understand this is how you should be treated.
But see, I'm at the point where with my daughter is the disconnect, because she's like, Daddy, I'm tired of that. Like, I try to go on dates with my daughter, and it's like, we're in the middle of it, and it's like, okay, Dad, I want to go home. And it's like, okay, all right.
She's just in a phase, but let me tell you something. How old is she?
22.
Okay, so she's just in a phase where, like, she's like, yo, I just need to live.
And I get it, but it's just me and you, and it's like, hearing this, and this is the whole thing about why I did this here, about being, because I feel like before anything else, being a dad is what got me to live in Jersey, what got me to do what I'm doing here now. It's like, it's a wonderful feeling. It's something that you I can't describe it. I can't. It's like, and it's like it's contagious, because like you, I have my biological daughter. She's 22, and I have a stepson who's 14. His name is Bradley, and it's like, it's to be able to call and text them and find out what they're doing here and what they need, and then the conversation why, like, Bradley just graduated, and it's like he went on his first prom, and I'm trying to get his mother to stay out of his business when she's going in his room, but she feels it's my room, I'm gonna do what I want. But I'm like, he's never gonna talk to us or you if you
100%.
Right. So I'm like, stop trying to invade and let him be able to come.
Yeah, my daughter is closer to her mom, and she talks more to her moms. I mean, it's only because of the daughter father dynamic. Me and her are super close, and she can talk to me about anything. And she was very surprised about how I reacted to her boyfriend. Like I embraced him, good kid. You know, even when they went they separate ways, I'm still cool with him. I still like his pictures on Instagram. I still root for him. I'm like, you know, because he's a good kid. And I warned her. I told her because he was a senior and she was a junior.
Okay.
And I kept asking her, I said, yo, listen, when he goes off to school, are you guys going to like work out some sort of arrangement so that y'all can reconnect afterwards? Because, you know, he's 6'3", six-pack, handsome kid starting goalie for
a major team,
a national soccer team,
some money, yeah.
You
So
me?
you're like, we already know
the girls are gonna be all over him, and you know, when us guys when we're younger, you know, we make mistakes. I was like, so protect the future by allowing, you know, that, and you know, they kind of didn't listen to me. And so they went their separate ways. But, it's, you know, like I'm hoping for her, you know, just to, you know, sum that whole thing up. Like I'm hoping that she's dating somebody that's matching her energy, that's bringing to the table. Like I'm not somebody who, because I don't subscribe to fly me out culture. I don't subscribe to being a bum just because you're cute and having some dude just completely take care of you. I believe that you're supposed to have your own, and I think that you should have a partner that match your energy, and I think that you guys should spoil each other. I don't think that it should just be him spoiling you, because when it's just a guy spoiling a girl who don't bring nothing to the table, I don't care how cute she is, I don't care what kind of body she got, I don't care what kind of brand new teeth she got, I'd look at her as a bum. I'm dead serious.
I feel you.
I'm dead serious. Like,
But but you telling your daughter that, so this way she already knows I'm not
Facts.
coming into this looking for nothing at
like,
all. I got my own, so
yeah, and I'm gonna always, you know, I'm fortunate enough to be in a position where I'm always gonna be there for her. So you ain't gotta worry about no other dude doing anything for you, right? Like you.
So you set the bar way high.
You want for him to treat you the right way, right? For example, if you meet somebody who hasn't arrived yet for her at this stage in her life, she's only 19. You meet somebody who hasn't arrived yet, but he has all the potential in the world and he treats you the best, I would rather you be with him than a guy that has millions of dollars, but he's dating 15 different girls and he treats you like trash. But just because he's giving you whatever and buying you whatever, you're tolerating that. Nah, like no.
Because you was taking the question, because I'm looking like, okay, so it's what you know, she this young guy who doesn't have it is trying to get her attention, but she's looking at somebody like NBA's young boy. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
no, listen. You know, no knock to NBA young boy or anybody,
none
because,
whatsoever.
you know, me and him is mad cool. But I'm just saying, I would rather, right? If the guy has everything, but he treats you right and he treats you, then you know, rock with him. But at the moral to it is, you want the dude who's gonna treat you right. If he don't got it, roll up your sleeves and grind with him, build it together, right? Spoil each other together, because. Let's just say, okay, you're dating a guy who has everything, and then he falls on hard times, and now he can't do for you what he used to do for you. Do you turn your back on him and bounce? No, you say, yo, babe, let's go. Roll up your sleeves. Let's figure this out. Let's get back to it.
You remember how the backlash that I think Aisha Curry got when she said something along the lines of, I'm not getting the attention that Steph Curry gets? You remember about a while ago?
Yeah, and I think that was a misquote. Like, I don't know.
Because it's like, it sounds like, you know, if you do give your girl if you got everything, like you Steph, he got everything. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing that she's never going to want for. Even though she has her own cooking show and stuff like that, he's never going to. But to say that sound like she was bored. It sounded like, you know, like she's sitting around looking for. Well, I don't know if they spun the narrative. I don't mean
here's media is really weird, right? Like, and you gotta be very careful what you say in the media, because they could frame it for clickbait, right? A lot of the way media outlets frame things is for clickbait. They want you to click. They want you to click on the drama. What I believe she's saying is, I am talented in my own right, and I do all these amazing things with cooking and restaurants and my own stuff, right? And because my husband is this massive star who earns hundreds of millions of dollars and the world loves him, it kind of overshadows my talent. But, you know, she's not saying it like I should be equal to him, because, you know, the lights is not on her. In fact, you're able to even have that interview because of who your husband is. And so, you know, but if you let the media frame it, they're going to frame it like, oh, she's bored, or she's complaining, or she's this and that. And that's not, I don't think that's what she was saying, to be honest with you, in my opinion.
I mean, it's just the way, you know, but the way they spun it, it just make it seem like, you know, she's sitting at home, she's millions of dollars in, no one's paying attention to her. So that's but I don't think she meant it that way either. It's just, you know, it's like when you do have a girl, when you give your girl, because men are supposed to be the providers, we're supposed to be the protectors, we're supposed to be the ones that go downstairs when we hear the noise, we're supposed to be the one that bring in the double-decker refrigerator on our back. You know what I'm saying? We're the ones that do that. So it's only etched for, it's the design for him to already have it. So I love the fact that you're telling your daughter, roll your sleeves up. All right, I know what society got etched out here, but we can use help.
Yeah, of course. You know, it's tough being a man, but it's tough being a young black man, because, you know, women want security. Right, more than anything, if you ask a woman, if you sit a woman in front of a therapist and dig deep, is the underlying thing that's always going to come out is she wants security. She wants to be safe, right? As a feminine individual, she wants to feel like the person she's attached to is providing security in all facets of life, financial security, you know, protection physically, emotionally. She wants to be protected in all realms of life, right? And when she finds that, she'll submit, and I don't believe she should submit, but she'll, you know, engage and indulge in that relationship wholeheartedly. Whenever she finds herself not being protected in any way, she's gonna retract. She's gonna emotionally, financially, you know, physically, whatever. She's gonna sway someplace else. And so, you know, when it comes to all of those things except for financial security, I tell my daughter this: listen, as long as he's not a bum, as long as he's not sitting on the couch waiting for you to go out and get, and he's not bringing nothing to the table, he's not doing anything, then it's different. But if he's out there trying, he's trying to figure it out, and you guys are trying to figure it out together, but he's ultimately, he loves you, you love him, you guys enjoy being around each other, the respect level is there, all the emotional security is there, all of that other stuff is there, rock with it, because eventually it'll come together. But if you are only looking for, yo, this guy drives a Urus, and this guy buys me this, and this guy flies me here, and this guy flies me here, and he does this. If you letting the guy lead with his wallet, and he's controlling you with his wallet, at some point, who are you as the female, right? Who are you? Because
that's a fact.
Because there's a lot of people out here with money. We could walk downstairs, we could find 10 different dudes with money. So that means any one of those 10 dudes can be for you? No, that's weird to me. You feel me?
No, I feel exactly what you're saying. No,
that's
so
weird to me.
I look at it like this here. So I know you probably don't want any more. Or do you?
No, I'm done.
You done? You done? Because I still want to.
Yeah, I was there at one point.
I still want two more.
Yeah,
but
I'm done.
Is there any point in time in your kid's life, because you said your son has, what, four children?
Kids, yeah.
your daughter doesn't have any
None.
yet. Nudie doesn't have any yet. So it's like, is there any point in time that you stop being a parent? Because I see a lot of parents. No, because I say that to say that I guess once success comes into play and they can provide for themselves, like they don't seem to take the, hey, I'm your dad, I don't think you should do that.
That's
you know,
not
like,
true.
Because
in some instances.
All right, so I don't want to put nobody's name attached to nothing like that here. But if you seen in your entertainment circle someone who you know, you can easily say, hey, but the way he moves, he got millions of dollars.
Yeah, so
he got so many yes men.
Yeah, so you got.
How do you tap into him? Even though
100%. You got a lot of the young kids. You got a lot of young rap kids today who don't look up to the OGs for advice or whatever. I blame a lot of that on the kids, but I also blame it on the OGs, right? And somebody said this to me too. It's like, yo, listen, I don't like to pat myself on the back, but I'm a fly ass nigga. You feel me?
I try to be. I try to copy y'all style from growing up. Y'all should have a little rugby polos and all that too.
And the reason why partly is because when I walk in a room and I'm drippy, right, and the young dudes is looking at me, they gonna respect that. Now you can kick it to them. You walk in a room and you looking crazy,
but you can have a bankroll. You can have a bankroll.
So what? But you gotta understand, you're trying to relate to somebody. You could have it, right? But if they don't know you have it and you can't relate to them, and you trying to give them advice, they gonna look at you like, yo, OG, go ahead, bro. You feel me? Like, okay, so what happened to you? You feel me?
Right,
like they looking at it like.
So it's basically what you're saying is like you giving them something, but if your delivery looks, your appearance looks crazy.
Approach is everything.
So it's like basically giving them a 4-course meal on a garbage can lid.
You can't accept
No one's
it.
gonna eat that.
Nobody's gonna eat that.
Nobody's gonna eat that. So in order for the delivery to come, the delivery man has to be in a nice suit.
It gotta be packaged right.
Right.
Gotta be packaged right. You gotta look the part. You gotta look the part. If I came in here right now, my shirt is dingy and your whole viewership is like, yo, why is he interviewing this? Like, because at the end of the day,
if that's how Eric Nicks wanted to come in, what you accomplish and what you doing for your child has nothing to do with what you're wearing.
But a lot of the kids don't give a shit about what you did. They care about what you're doing now.
Okay, so this leads to my next question.
Yeah.
With all the fathers now that's coming up and have no idea and trying to be in the music world and still trying to be in their child's world, what advice would you give them as far as, because I know it's been probably many times you've probably missed a basketball game.
Never.
You never missed a basketball game?
Nope.
Never.
I could say since 7th grade, I can maybe say I missed like maybe 2 or 3 games.
2 or 3.
Since 7th grade.
But those games, those games that you did miss, did you get flack for them?
No.
Because you make that.
Because I make every game.
Right. But what I'm saying is like the tug of war. Like I was when I interviewed Talent, and he was saying that he said that the best thing for him was his support team.
Yeah.
He was able to go to this show over here, go to this show over here, go to this show over here because his child's mother knew, okay, I know you're gonna be away. I need this. I need that.
Yeah, I didn't want that. I didn't want to tell my daughter she got to understand because I got to get it back. It's understandable.
So you passed up a bag or two to go to a game.
I was fortunate enough that I didn't have to. Right, I was fortunate enough that I didn't have to, and I could have easily made an excuse. But yeah, a lot of times I jumped on an earlier flight just to catch her game. There's times when I told people, yo, I can't get there till tomorrow because my daughter had a game. There was times when, I was supposed to be in Atlanta at a meeting that had to turn into a FaceTime or a Zoom because I'm in Kentucky with my daughter. at a basketball tournament or whatever. Like, yeah, like, no, I made a commitment to put my kids first. And I sacrificed jobs. I was supposed to live in California since 2012.
Wow.
And I never made the move. I had 3 different places there, but I never made the permanent move to LA because I had to be a day-to-day parent. I would, I don't know how much money I would have had right now if I lived in California, but I would say it'd be significantly way more than what I have now. And so I sacrificed that.
So you would tell the up and coming dad that even if whether he's trying to get in the music business or whether he's just trying to have a 9 to 5 and still take care of his kid,
I think
it's sacrifice.
I don't think that there's a right or wrong, right? I don't think that you can say, yo, this guy who made the decision to go get the money is wrong, right? Or the kid who said, or like a person who like myself who said, yo, you know what? Fuck the money. I want to be my, most people will say, nah, Eric, you did right in hindsight. But how many people gonna make that actual decision, right? So I don't like to judge whoever makes whatever decision. What I will tell you is just make sure that you are the proper parent because you took on that responsibility. You decided to make that decision. So you gotta be the parent that your daughter or your son deserves. You can't be the parent that, oh, the mom's got it, or my sister got it, or my mother got it, or no, because, and I'm only telling you what my father did. My father was like, all right, cool, your mother's not around, I got it. Rolled up his sleeves and got to it, and made sure that me and my sister had everything. You feel me? And we didn't skip a beat. From homework to clothing to whatever, to understanding that there's a big world out there, everything. My father did that. So, for me to say, oh, now I gotta go get a bag, or I'm gonna move to LA and be a weekend father and come home on the weekends or come whenever I can.
That wasn't even
a thought.
You weren't even raised like that.
It wasn't even like, I was like, oh, okay, cool. Well, if Montana can't come, Greg can't come, then all right, forget it. It's not gonna happen.
Well, B, I thank you for your time. I appreciate everything you've done.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate you coming by.
Let me just say this, man. I'm proud of you for this podcast. No, I'm dead serious because, most people not doing this type of thing. So anything I could do to help to, boost it on let me know, bro. Just,
thank you. I appreciate
tag me in the post on social media, whatever. I'm going to repost you, everything. I hope this is as successful as it could possibly be because we got a lot of clickbait out there. We got a lot of negative stuff out there. We got a lot of people who are making a tremendous amount of money off of gossiping about people and tearing people down in podcasts and stuff like that. That's not what it is.
That's not it at all.
Yeah, I love that.
Well, before I go, I want you to finish this phrase. Don't get caught without a chair.
When the music stops.
Now, I'm saying that because all the fathers that sat here, Talents was, I got to get back to Talent with Talents. I'm sorry about that, Talent, but I got to get back to you on that one here. But Main Events was real cool. He was like, make your next shot over your opponent instead of at your opponent. I thought that was kind of cool.
I love that.
I like that one too. That was cool too. So
Yeah.
I'm coming up with father phrases too. This is the business side of it too.
Yeah.
Because you said you didn't want to get caught, and I want you to explain it in real brief detail.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It just means always have your next move planned while your current move is popping.
And I'm glad you said that because I'm taking and I want a percentage. I'm putting this on camera. I'm giving all of the fathers that sat in that chair a percentage. I'm making up a T-shirt line called Father Phrases. And every father that's sat in this shit, especially the one that we got the old school phrases, I already got them patent, I already got them pushed aside. But now every father that sits here gets a phrase, and it gets a shirt. And when I start to sell them here, you guys will get a percentage of every shirt that is being sold.
No doubt.
So obviously we all make money together. You know
don't
what I'm
get caught with this is not just in music or anything. You know, life is musical chairs, and you don't. The one thing we don't want to do in musical chairs is get caught without a chair when the music goes off, and that resonated with me so much in life. Like you don't want to get caught with your pants down. You don't want to get caught like, oh shit.
I didn't have a plan B. I
didn't know what was next.
I didn't think ahead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is moving now. This is popping now, but it may not always be the case.
Right. So
and you gotta make the plan for the. I have my plan. What's next for me? So like you gotta always keep. And when I get to that plan, I'm gonna have another plan while that plan is moving. So yeah, don't get caught without a chair when the music stops.
E, it's been a pleasure, man.
Absolutely.
Thank you for coming through. Absolutely. I'm the Pappii. Who are you?
I'm Pop Pop. They call me Pop Pop. Yo, do I look like a Pop Pop? Nah, but my grandkids call me Pop Pop, and I embrace it. So I'm Pop Pop.
I can't wait for that. Thanks a lot.